Hey, what's up YouTube? This is We All Juggle Knives with a review of my Mora Eldris. Yes, some would say this is kind of like the ultimate neck knife. You know, a neck knife basically refined down to the essence of what you would need. Here it is next to the Garberg. Very small knife, as you can see. And it is raining, so if you hear something that sounds like rain in the background, that's rain. So there's the sheath. It holds it in. It's a polypropylene sheath, right? And the handle of this knife is polypropylene coated with rubber. And check out the grinds on this, right? It has that kind of interesting secondary grind on the second half of the blade. This is Sandvik Swedish stainless steel. I have beat this up a lot, and there is a lot of usage footage coming up. But basically, I found this thing really digs into wood very well for such a small knife. You see making some shavings there. And yeah, if you need some shavings for your fire, this little knife can do the job. All right, and you can just watch the various, the highlight reel of what I've done with this knife as I discuss the knife. So let's get back to that Swedish stainless steel. Oh, did I mention the blade length? It's 2.2 inches. All right. Now, if you told someone, hey, Mora is going to come out with a knife and the blade is only going to be 2.2 inches long, a lot of people probably would have not liked that idea, but it's all about the execution. They have executed this thing perfectly, it seems. All right, that firewood there, a lot more seasoned and gnarly than the branch. So yeah, this thing is impressive in how much it can dig into wood, cut into wood. I got some like push cuts coming up later. Now about the steel, they're using the Sandvik stainless steel. Mora will basically either use Sandvik stainless or they will use a high carbon steel in their line. Back in the day, they had a few military models that were stainless. I think their logic being that military guys have less time to clean and oil and care for their knife, so they give them the stainless. Probably the same idea here. This is an inexpensive knife, and because it's small, it's super handy and easy to carry. They're probably figuring so many people are going to buy this, maybe people that are new to knives, that it's just better to give them a stainless steel for a little more corrosion resistance. And also, it's such a small knife. You know, the longer your blade, the more you do want to use a carbon steel. Because if you use stainless steel for like a sword, it's likely to break, or like a large chopping knife. But this is a small knife, so, you know, it's not an automatic that you need a carbon steel. And plus, I'm sure they can get the Swedish steel in Sweden easily. So for those reasons, it's Sandvik steel. Now about the edge and the grind. First of all, it comes super sharp. All right, it's got a Scandi grind, and I didn't show any paper test because it's pretty much well known that Mora knives come super sharp. Now the grind has two different sections, as you saw with the close-up. It's got what's called a secondary grind sometimes on the top half of the knife, and there you see it right there. You see that secondary grind, right, going through that wood. I found that it's really easy to push that part of the blade through some gnarly seasoned wood. Right, so I like that design. You know, it just seems, in use, it just seems quite useful to me. So that's what's up with the grind. Now there's two different versions of this, or, well, the knife is the same, but there's two different things. You can get just the sheath, or you can get the sheath with a little harness to wear as a neck knife, and it comes with a fire starter. Right, now I just got the cheap version, which is about $25 right now. The other version, which is like the kit, is around $40 right now. Oh yes, here is some knife abuse. You abused a knife. Well, you know, sometimes knives get abused. What can I say? Now, I don't think this is abuse, but you will see the knife is pretty durable. You know, that's a fairly heavy log, and I'm picking it up with just the knife, you know, sideways, putting a lot of lateral stress on a very small blade, and it survived. It's nice to know that your knife is durable, and that was in there. I mean, I pounded that thing in there. So yeah, it's a durable little knife. All right, but as I was saying, close up for you, I just got the one with the sheath because I figured, you know, if I want to make a neck knife harness for that, I can just make that myself. And I already have fire starters to go with it, and I didn't want to pay $40. So I just got the $25 bare bones version, and I think that was a good call. It also comes in a bunch of different colors. Now, you could buy the different colors if you want something more high visibility. Like if you drop the knife, you got to go back and find it, right? But I figured it's a short knife. Oh, here I'm testing the grip on the knife, by the way. I found that handle, it fills your palm, it gives you a strong grip. This knife is extremely sharp. If I lost my grip there, it would probably cut right through that glove. So I found it gives an excellent grip. I like the shape of the handle. But about the different colors, you know, my thinking in getting the black one was that since it's a short knife, I'm probably going to add a lanyard to it. Not like a lanyard to wrap around my hand, but a lanyard to, like a box lanyard to more easily pull it out of the sheath. Oh yes, more knife abuse. You bastard, how dare you abuse a knife? What can I say, man? These knives better watch themselves. They're going to get abused around me. Now that it can take it, believe me, it can take it. It's a durable knife. But yeah, I figured I'm going to put a lanyard on this anyway, just to make it easier to pull out of the sheath. Right? Look at the lateral force again, just holding that thing up sideways with just that knife. Pretty impressive. I'm sure I could break it if I pulled it sideways hard enough. Look, I'm not here to break stuff on purpose, so I'm not going to do that, but it's just, I mean, it can take a lot of lateral stress, which is a good thing to know. But yeah, I figured I could just make the lanyard out of some high visibility paracord, so I figure I don't need the knife itself to be all colorful. Oh, here's the demonstration that the spine of the knife is indeed sharp, sharp enough to generate sparks. And I'm doing this on the driveway because I don't want to actually start things on fire. We got a lot of leaves and stuff around. Young people, please be careful when you're out practicing your fire starting. We got fires in Alabama and Georgia. Right now they have fire bans because, you know, they're forest fires down there. So yeah, be careful. And if you really want to start a fire, you got to put the rod right next to your little shavings, as I'm sure you can see on infinite number of bushcraft channels. But I just wanted to show that, yeah, it can generate sparks. Isn't that one of Dave's criteria? I believe it is. Right, that's a Bayite fire starter. It works well. It's big. I'll put the Amazon link if you want that fire starter. Right, and here's the knife. Look at the ashes. The ashes that are your life. Easily cleaned off. But yeah, that is a sharp spine. You can also use it as a scraper. That spine, you can scrape some bark. The wood I had was a little too gnarly to be good for making scrapings from. But the right type of wood, you can scrape some shavings. So final thoughts. Well, whoever thought of this knife at Mora definitely deserves a raise and a promotion. I think this is going to sell really well because it weighs next to nothing. It's so convenient. It's surprising how freaking useful this thing is, for how short and light it is. I definitely think it's a winner. The price is right. Do I recommend it? Heck yeah, I recommend it. You know, I'm sure you're going to see 1,000 videos on this, but I am pleased that you tuned into mine. All right, this has been We All Juggle Knives. Stay tuned for many more videos. I'm out.